Hello friends. The history of writing is a very interesting topic in the sense that one of the very early, we can say, technologies used by humans for processing information, collecting, disseminating, editing, retrieving, that is writing, or using graphic signs. Understand? So, again, one more point of interest is that you can see whatever great, say, our ancestors did, say 4000, 3500 BC, 3200 BC, and so on. Even now you are following. See, that is another very interesting aspect of this history of writing, because they used, I told you yesterday, discs, that is circles, then spheres, cylinders, shape, circle shape, different shapes, these are all shapes. Then jars or ovoids, and spheres, circles, and wedge shape, tapering like this. Also you have I think the only cones, that's very important, cones, because cones we find in today's air. This is a cone. In that sense I told you, it's important. Understand? Yes. So then what happens is, you find, say if we take P, what is it? One cylinder and circle. So two put together you get P. That's why what I am trying to tell you is that what we have done even in 20th century is, or 21st century is, nothing but some combinations of some slightly changes that you made in the cones, in the circles, in the spheres, in the cylinders, in the ovoids that was used by humans 3200 BC in Uruk or Ur, that is Iraq, Sumerian. So Sumerians are credited with this. Understand? That is. So that's what I said, it is very interesting. Except that Sumerians never thought of writing the way that you are writing these days. For you, see, for you, then to me, then I don't know how do you write between us? Between us, how? Maybe it is like this. Between us. Between two persons are there. So maybe, I don't know, I have no idea about that. Okay. So now you see, they just got this stage, the development of writing. There are 4 stages. And that's what the historians say. We have to believe that. So the first stage is, that is using clay tokens. So they do not have, probably they might not have thought of any metals, no. So clay. So they made use of tokens. Tokens, this is the beginning. Tokens made of clay. See that? So like spheres, circles, this is clay. So clay, this is clay. And cylinder shape, no. Cylinder and cones. You have cones. You have jars shape like our U today. Jars and wedges. That is, either way it can be wedge, tapering to the end. So this wedge means, see, wedge. Would be wedges, like that. So clay tokens made of this, with this different size. I mean, these are different shapes. Now this Each token shape was semantic. What is semantic means? It has meaning. Each token. For example, if you have got a circle like this, a small circle like this. This has a meaning. You know what is the meaning of this? Small circle. That meant the users, it was for them it is a small measure of grain. A small measure of grain. So if you say a small measure of grain, because they had their food, no? Grain and maybe honey, may not be milk, no? So grain or oil, probably they might have started using oil. So a small measure of grain, that's the meaning. If it's a sphere, say something like this, sphere, then it will be a larger measure. A larger measure. That will be a larger measure. This will be filled like this. Sphere. Isn't it? Yes. So this is how it is done. And if you find a void or a jar like this, this token, this is made of clay tokens. That means a jar of oil. A jar of oil. See that? So it all began with, will you be surprised as a accounting, number. That is, suppose you come to me for a small measure of grain, then I will give the grain to you, and then you give me a small a circle, a clay in the shape of a small circle. That means you have taken a small measure of grain from me, and as a token, as a sign, see, or to replace that, you give me something, some concrete stuff. So I keep it with me. And when you bring back the grain, maybe a small basket or so, or bag, then I will return this. So return this clay token to you. So this is how it was done. Because otherwise, what otherwise there? Actually, it's a kind of pledging. No? You can see now this private, what do you call blade? No, blade, not the blade for shaving, but these private bankers who take gold as a mortgage and give money. That's token. So that system is still there here. Understand that? Blade is inverted commas. It's not my use. It is not the word that I coined, but it is that is commonly used like that. Blade. I don't know why it's called blade. I know only of one blade that is used for shaving. No other blade I know. And anyway, that's the way that's how people call it. Let's forget about blade. But the token system is there. So it's accounting, no? So you give and you come here and say that I would like to get 1,000 rupees. Okay, 25,000 rupees. Okay. Then you will give me not a clay token but a gold coin. So I give it. Then when you return that money, I return. So this is how writing began. Will you believe? Accounting, number. If you want 75,000, you give me 3. If you want 1 lakh, you give me 4. If you give me 10 or 15, I cannot give you even 1 rupee. Because I don't have that much money with me. So that is another thing. Forget about that. Okay. So that is about my financial position. A very bad financial position. So that is, then whatever. Now in this token system you will find some other place. You can see now people taking a sack full of grain from a warehouse then what will happen? You must have seen the supervisor take it or put somewhere a token. That means one sack full of or one bag full of grain is out. Then a second token, the second bag full of grain is out. Third token like tokenism. Isn't it? So this method of accounting or counting, even now we are using. So although our human brain has developed this much, there are certain basic things for which there is no development. Isn't it? Or we can say there is not much change. No, I cannot say development, but not much change. So here what happens here is, I told you already, this is each token has a semantic, means meaning. Semantic means meaning. Semantic means meaning. Some in Hindi we say matlab hai. Matlab means meaning. Isn't it? Yeah. So, like a word, the token stood for a concept. For example, we say tree. Tree is a word. It stands for a concept. What is it? A concept like this. Isn't it? Concept. A tree. You don't like this tree? Okay, then I will not draw it. Okay, forget about that also. Tree, meaning, it has got a meaning. Or a flower. So meaning is like that. So what, or in other words, what we say, there is a one-to-one correspondence. One-to-one correspondence. What is one-to-one correspondence means? There is an object and it has one meaning. So one object, one meaning. One object, one meaning. This is known as one-to-one correspondence. Then you will ask me now, sir, what is this? Can you explain to us what is meant by not one-to-one meaning? Yes, you can see that. For example, if you take the English word star, it's a star you take. So that is a word, star. You have a word star. Now star, one meaning is this one. This. I used to draw this star very much. Then something like this. Star. So star means an object. Up to this it is one-to-one correspondence. But star means many other things. Star of the sea. Stella maris we say. Stella. Stella means star in Latin. Maris means of the sea. Star of the sea. Then you can say star performance we say. So, multiple meaning. Then you can also say star actor. An actor is a star. Not only the star, the celestial body. So now here the star has got how many meanings? Star, semantically, multiple semantic reference or meaning you can say, simple line. Star performance, star of the sea. Then you can see star as an actor, star of the class. But this token is not, you cannot say token of something, token of that, token of this, you cannot say. This is, a token means a basket full of grain, that's all. That means tokens, they told you, they spoke to you, or they meant real goods. When you say token, behind that, the meaning is there is realities there. There is a referent or reality. A token means it stands for a reality. What is the reality? A bag full of grain. But when you have got a jar token, what is the reality? A jar full of oil. So one-to-one correspondence, or it related to these tokens related to or had the meaning of real goods. Now again you will ask me, so what is that? No real goods, no reality. For example, when I say angel, is there a reality? Have you seen an angel? Can you give me a token and say, sir, this is an angel? Who will believe you? Nobody will believe. So there is a different thing. Abstract concepts are the spirit, but here it is concrete. At this level of writing, using clear tokens, it is a writing. It is one-to-one correspondence. It's a kind of writing. Writing means what? Graphic sign. What is the graphic sign here? It is a concrete graphic sign, that's all. Written sign. It's not the written, it is made. Sign is made. That's all. So you say, the token system or clay tokens, the information related only to real goods, no abstraction, nothing. For example, we cannot say this is a token and say this is fever. We cannot say. Or is a token love, you cannot do that. See, you are, of course, now you have it. Valentine's Day, you have tokens for love, but not those days. Quarrel, you cannot have a token for that. So tokens always stood for real goods. Please underline that. Tokens at this stage, clear tokens at this stage stood for or represented only real goods, nothing else. Therefore we say one-to-one correspondence means one clear token means that much of either grain or oil or some concrete thing like that. Another interesting thing about this, everything is interesting, isn't it, about this. To learn about writing, it's really, it's very romantic in this way, if I say. Another thing is that this meaning was independent of placement. The meaning was independent of placement. Not this also. Meaning was one-to-one meaning. One-to-one meaning, that's one thing. Second, remember that related only to real goods. Related only to real goods. See that? And third point to note here is, in connection with this is, meaning, the meaning was independent of placement. Meaning was independent of placement. That means wherever you take it, suppose the dealing took place in Iraq, you go to Lebanon, even then that clear token with you, it means placement, means moving from different places. Understand? So there is no syntax. For example, if you say, he gave me. He gave me. Me has meaning only because it comes here as an object. You cannot say like this, me, he gave. Or gave, he, me. So here me has meaning because of this placement. It is object of give. Otherwise it has no meaning. Syntax. Syntax means order of words arranged in an order. Subject, verb, object. In English. You got it, I think. But not like this. A disk or a clear token. A circular clear token. You can take anywhere. You can put it anywhere, but the meaning is the same. Meaning remains the same. Irrespective of placement. It's the same thing with gold coin. You take the gold coin anywhere, it will have that value of 25,000 or 30,000 rupees now. So that is it. So the clear tokens, one-to-one correspondence, related only to units of real goods or merchandise That's important. The number of tokens and the number of units same. If I have 5 tokens, that means 5 bags of grain. If I have 2 tokens, means unit of grain and token, the meaning is same. That's what is called 1-to-1 correspondence. Same. So you can see today also the same thing with gold coin. If I have 5 gold coins, that is 1,30,000 rupees. Worth that. So what did you learn from this session? I told you. First point that you learned is writing began with clay tokens. Isn't it? So the summary of today's class is writing began with the use of clay tokens. Now you will ask me, sir, how did this happen? That is the second stage. First you have the clay token, now the second stage comes. And then you have got the clay tokens, they are referred to or related to real goods. Real goods. Third, clay tokens 1-to-1 correspondence. 1-to-1 correspondence. That means 1 clay means 1 bag. 2 tokens means 2 bags. Like this. And reality is that. Fourth is, without you take it anywhere. That means placing is not a problem. Placing. Or you can say, if I say like this now, without any consideration to placing, the meaning remains the same. You can take it anywhere. So, irrespective of placement, the token has its meaning. But meanings remain the same. Take it anywhere, like gold coins. Like gold coins. And remember that it related to units of merchandise. Units of merchandise means merchandise. Merchandise. That means either it is grains, or it is oil, or it is honey. These are the possible things. Or it may be fruits. They may be having dried fruits, dried fruits and things like that. So just as we have got, we also have these things. So it all began with clay tokens and accounting. Clear? The first phase of writing is over. Now 3 more phases are there. That's how we move from clay to next stage, and the third stage, and the fourth stage. What are these stages we will see later. Till then, bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy your life. Okay.